podcasting about it too.
And they're podcasting about it too.
It's pre-recorded, it's not live. Welcome to episode 5, making an album in a month. Part 2.
Alright. Yes.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Who are you?
I'm Nick.
And I'm Andy.
Yeah.
We are Cosmic Boss.
Yeah. Great intro.
This is the worst.
It's a
isn't it?
perfect intro. We're leaving it.
Yeah.
Keep it. Okay.
Maybe turn off the click track.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Nobody would have heard that. They wouldn't have heard that anyway. So, welcome to part 2 of making of an album.
Yeah. So
If you've
if this is the first thing you listen to, you're like, "Oh God, that was the worst intro I've ever heard to a podcast."
Yeah.
I'm going to stop listening.
No.
So you're only here because you've listened probably to part 1. But
Yeah.
if you are here because you've accidentally stumbled on it on the internet,
or it's the latest thing we've released.
The latest,
or,
yeah.
Then go and listen to part 1 first. If you have listened to part 1, thanks for coming back for part 2.
yeah,
Welcome.
you already know what's going on.
Yeah.
But for anyone who has stumbled on here and is stubbornly now going, I'm not going to listen to part 1 first, welcome to Cosmic Boss Music Podcast, which is what we do.
Yeah.
And this is our special presentation we've been doing this year, which is the Making of an Album
Part 2.
podcast series.
Yeah. And this is part 2 of that.
Well, no,
part.
this is part 2 of us making an album in a month. So,
Sorry.
yeah. For the year, at the beginning of the year, we set out. We're like, we're gonna make an album this year.
Yeah.
And we decided we're gonna call that album the Odor. And
Yeah.
we're now in September, and we haven't made the Odor yet.
No.
We made another album instead,
Yeah.
which is called 2 AM It's Mission Time.
Yeah.
And we are now talking through the second half of it using the diary,
Oh yeah.
which we used in part 1.
Yeah. So quick roundup. Album Writing Club won Judge's Choice Award for our album.
Oh yeah.
We're talking about how we made it.
Yeah.
So part 1 is the first half of the record. This episode is the second half of the record, and then we're gonna do some diary entries.
Yeah, and also quickly, just a quick correction from the last episode.
Yeah.
The next song we're about to play, or the first song from this episode, is called "Stop Saying 1984 to Make a Point," and that was written quite early on in the process, back on day 3.
Oh right.
It does say in there about tweaking a set of lyrics to song 18. Song 18 was "Stop Saying 1984 to Make a Point,"
Okay.
and the lyrics set for "Stop Saying 1984 to Make a Point" was already written before the competition, and all I did was go in and just change it around a little bit, give it a little bit of a tweak, and then boom, that's where the song came from.
Cool.
So that's why if you've listened to part 1, which I'm assuming you have now, we completely ghosted that song.
Why did you completely go to that song?
I think because we'd only written it down by number and not by the title.
Okay.
So that was my
So did
bad.
we mention it?
We did talk about it because we also then moaned about it. I think you said like, well, when was that written? And
Yeah.
I was like,
We mentioned it. We would kind of just brush past it. Went song 18. Yeah, that one. Yeah, no
did.
worries.
And when I was doing my proof listen of this, which believe it or not, we actually do, I was like, oh yeah, we mucked that up. But we didn't have time to go back and record it.
No, it's done. It's
So,
out there.
yeah.
So there it is. There's the updated entry from day 3.
Yeah.
This song was tweaked. So it's a set of lyrics you had. Well, you're about to hear the song.
Yeah, let's hear the song.
Should we hear the song?
Let's hear the song.
Okay, we'll play a song. This is Stop Saying 1984 to Make a Point.
Foghead, rusty cog in the wrong shed. Tucking in might have been what was not said. Patience waits while dirty plates pile up in a Jenga state. Foghead, get along with the old bread. Sucked into a scene where we're probably all dead. Patient 0 down the line, paying off the unfair fine. All well won't end well. The spit roasted pig smell is making us Winston. All well won't end well. The bean counting system is making us Winston. We're smithing it. Foghead on the clocked out conveyor belt. Plugging in could have been how we all melt. Patiently in line to see the power systemoscopy. Foghead in the overload, off the road, wired up. Any moment now it will explode. Patient not on a ward, gutter's all we can afford. All well won't end well. We can't all live in hell. We are not Winston. All well won't end well. We've stories to tell. We will not Winston. It's not 1984. Black Mirror, little more. You missed what the story's for. It's not an animal farm. Stay still and remain calm. Future is in your palm. By George, it's a miracle. Stop being so cynical.
Yeah, stop being so cynical.
Sorry, mate.
All well will end well. Cooperative world spell. No need to Winston.
No need to Winston.
Winston.
Still pun.
Love it.
Like Winston, but Winston,
Winston.
because Winston's the main character in 1984.
Right. Well,
I think there's a bit of a caveat to that song. If you've not read the book 1984, or if you've never seen the film 1984, you know nothing about 1984. Not the year. It's a book by George Orwell,
yeah.
and that song is basically punning away on George Orwell like
Orwell.
an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, all well will end well. But, so yeah.
So that was a set of lyrics you wrote when?
It was the last set of lyrics in my set before the competition started, so it was an idea I think I'd written on the beach.
Like quite recently.
It was one while we were working on the early bits of music for like Hurricane and things like that.
Cool, okay.
It was an idea I was playing around with on that.
Right, cool. So the music was already made.
Yeah, I know, I wasn't
you-
writing it to that music.
You'd just written a set of lyrics.
Yeah, we actually made that music
later.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
There we go.
So
Should we
you
go
hadn't written any chords or anything?
No.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just all built around that chorus bit that all well won't end well.
Yeah. Mate, 1984. Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. So let's jump into the diary.
Let's go back to the diary.
So we were making an album in a month for a competition back in May for the Lights and Lines record label. We're on day 16 of our diary, I think. So
We split the month into two for this project.
yeah,
So we're picking up the second half of the month.
second half. Oh,
Let's
let's have
go
it. Let's
to
go
the
to the diary
diary.
guy.
Day 16, Monday, 16th of May, 2022. I'm going to go for more of that kind of...
Diary guy's
yeah,
changed,
he's changed,
a lot.
yeah.
Okay.
We had to sack the last one
Why?
because he wasn't from where he was claiming to be.
No, he's putting on an accent.
Yeah.
Rubbish.
Back to work. It was that one. It was
It's
terrible.
rubbish. Yeah, rubbish. Okay, cool. Day 16.
Okay, so back to work today. Boo. That's what it says.
Oh, okay.
Not so bad though. With all the songs now existing in some sense, the weight of creativity is lifted somewhat. There's a lot of sums going on there. The fun part is now refining them before recording, which will start tomorrow. Ooh. So this evening was more practice, get them sounding lush. There was a meet up with the Riff Taff music guys in Brighton this evening. Although I didn't really want to go. It's such a mission on my own, and Nick wasn't up for it, as he'd only just got back from his weekend stag doings, even. Instead, I played a handful of the songs to Abby on the acoustic, and she seemed to like them.
Cool.
So we probably should have gone along to that Riff Tab thing, because that's where all the guys in the competition are, and we could have gone and like schmoozed.
Do you reckon they all went there?
They were all waiting for us.
Every single one was there. No, I don't think that's true. I don't think they were all there. I think
you're
maybe
right.
some of them were there.
Yeah, Mike probably was there.
Like a couple of people from America. I don't think they
weren't
flew
there,
all the way over.
Just to go to a pub in Brighton.
Yeah,
you're right.
Cool. Okay.
So that was practicing, because then if we spin on straight.
I just want to point out quickly, it wasn't my stag doings. I went on a stag.
Someone else's stag.
Stag do.
You're already married.
I'm already married. Yeah.
You're married for ages.
Just in case my wife listens to this, and she goes, "Why are you on your own stag? Another stag do? You said it was for your mate."
I like the way you put "in case my wife listens to it."
Yeah, she might not listen to it. I think
I hope
she listens to my voice quite a lot, and your voice up there. But maybe she might do. She is pregnant, so
you might have the time. Anyway, day 17, Tuesday, 17th of May, 2022.
I like that you mentioned the number and then the date.
Yeah.
It's clever.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
These are clever. It's not stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Should we delete it?
Yeah, we'll delete it.
Okay.
Big day for the album. I recorded 5 lead vocals. Hurricane came, Money Boys, Whatever You Say It Is, It Isn't, Catch a Clue, and Stop Saying 1984 to Make a Point. Wow.
Okay. So that was definitely a Saturday.
No, it's a Tuesday.
Tuesday?
I just said it's day 17, Tuesday.
Oh, you did say. My bad.
17th of May.
See, I was so focused on the 17, I didn't listen to the date.
Listen.
My apologies.
It took several hours, but was lots of fun. Having not seen each other for almost a week, I had to bring Nick up to speed with the vocals. Before we started recording, I sung to him the 3 he hadn't heard, which were Here's Tom with the Weather, Bards for Hire, and Remission, because they were the last few written. You hadn't heard of me. You hadn't even heard of me.
I remember we've probably mentioned in the last episode, getting the message saying they're all written. Been like, cool. So yeah, okay.
We planned on the next couple of weeks what we need to get done in this remarkably short period of time, as well as a bit of discussion about our own podcast and what to do for that, which is what we're doing right now. Oh my God.
Making it now.
We're clever. In our larger year plan, we were meant to be doing the Odor, which is about... we're meant to be doing the Odor songs.
Mate, you can't read his own writing.
I can't read my own writing.
On a laptop, so it's actually
not
typed.
Not even my writing. We were meant to be demoing the Odor songs.
Demoing the Odor songs.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're being tinkered. See, this is bad grammar. I haven't proofread this.
Okay,
this is really stupid.
Clearly, it's great.
We've been tinkering on in the background for the next part of our making of an album series, which is about demoing songs. But we've had to push that back by a month so we could do this album challenge.
Yeah, so that's saying
that's what we were
back at the beginning. Yeah, we done writing part 1 and writing part 2, and then part 3 was going to be demoing. But this competition came up, so we jumped on it. And we're like, we're going to make the podcast about this competition.
Yeah, so we sidelined that. Not to worry though, we're already working on our emergency podcast filler episode for June, and it may even have a new song in it too.
The more you learn, the less you know.
Yeah. Is that? I'm guessing so.
Because it was like that's that was already out.
No,
we put that out at the beginning of May.
Yeah.
What song did we put out in June?
I don't think we did. I think we failed. I was like, I got too ahead of myself.
Okay, well, never mind. I mean, we had just made an album in a month, so the idea it was going to be a step too far.
That's right.
One of the songs that didn't make the record,
and it hasn't even been released at all.
No, it's been written.
It's been written, just not recorded. Anyway, we're sidelining there. Also, Abby and I got to see the wonderful orange moon. It didn't make an appearance until really late into the day, but when it did, it was magnificent. Beautiful. Beautiful. We also saw a shooting star, which was nice.
Cool.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
Day 17.
That's a very personal day.
Yeah.
17.
18's quite short. Well, we recorded 5 sets of vocals.
Yeah,
so that would have then propelled you into being able to work on those.
Absolutely.
songs.
So we were at that stage where, vocals was the only thing to be recorded. Everything had just been written. I hadn't heard some of them, as you know, and then had to. Well, it was basically sit back for me once the music was made until vocals were done.
The words, yeah.
And here we are. So we started recording. So we recorded the vocals over 2 sessions, I assume. Then?
I think again, there's going to be
another entry.
It's coming up on the 19th. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler in the next 3 minutes.
Next section, yeah. Oh no, the next bit's day 18.
Oh, day 18.
Day 18, Wednesday, 18th of May, 2022. Starting to sound more like a kind of announcer at a train station or something like that. Dun, dun, dun. Day 18, Wednesday, 18th of May, 2022. Going to delve deeper into the visual aesthetic. Oh, we stayed with it, sorry. Going to delve deeper into the visual aesthetic for this album today. Also preparing and maybe posting a blog about our current exploits. I don't know if I did, I might have done.
Blogs come out regularly.
Oh, yeah. No, they don't. I'm terrible at it. It should be more regular.
They still come out relatively regularly.
It's not as regular as my bowel movements.
You feel like maybe you should blog
should
when
blog
your bowels
like your
are
bowel?
moving.
Yeah.
So that's your time to blog. You're like, need to blog. Yeah. From the toilet. I bet there's already a blog out there by somebody.
With the toilet thoughts.
Blatantly. I've just blogged some toilet tweets. That definitely exists. If it doesn't, we should market that and make loads of money.
If you've heard this and it already existed.
It already existed, yeah.
Toilet times.
Damn. Okay.
Anyway,
sorry.
Where was I going?
Day 18.
But maybe posting a blog, blah, blah, blah. Practicing up the other vocals, ready to record tomorrow. So that's it.
Thursday.
On the 19th, we can come up and record more vocals.
Okay, well, that is a big spoiler because that's the beginning of the next bit that we talk about. So we spoiled it. Sorry for that. Well,
had a lot of awesome nature moments today. Horses on the beach, a snapping turtle at Brooklands, tiny baby ducks, and old faithful herons standing proud. So that was a big park day for me. A lot of park life. So
Brooklands is a park, yeah. Just in case you don't know. Hang on, we're just trying to fix Andy's microphone. Just got to
it's all a bit wonky, isn't it? It's all
a bit wonky. Okay, it looks great. I mean, it's a bit
play
wonky.
A song while we sort this out.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
we don't need to do this live. This is pre-recorded.
I'm going to mute you anyway.
Just mute me.
Yeah, this song there. We're going to play the next song. It's called "Here's Tom with the Weather." This is a tribute for Bill Hicks. It's great that you're talking because I'm actually going to mute you for this bit. So I'm going to play the song now.
So high they let Ringo sing. The LA riots happened because Rodney King got beaten senseless by some corrupt cops. George Floyd proves the cycle never stops. The revenue so high they let the slime breed. If you have a message then you won't succeed. And Hicks was armed with smoking shotguns. Angels like that never give out refunds. Hey Bill, you were right, turning on the Vernon every single night. Add a punchline so they maybe listen. Open conversation is severely missing. Yes, Bill, it's still true. Disassociation, no one's got a clue. What you're reading for, do you think you're clever? Life is just a ride, now here's Tom with the weather. So high he was splitting mountains, overdosed toast from the youthful fountains, like UFOs over backwards towns. Show independent thought and they will hunt you down. Hey Dave, let a man speak. His message was important, just intensely bleak. Rational thinking is a skill worth sharing. Asking questions isn't being daring. Hey Bill, we miss you. Smoking up a teacup where the storm will brew. What you're fighting for, why the soul endeavor. Life is but a dream, now here's Tom with the weather. How about a positive drug story on the news? Last night, a young man on acid realized that all matter is merely energy condensed to a slow vibration. that we are all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. There is no such thing as death. Life is only a dream, and we are the imagination of ourselves. Here's Tom with the weather. Here's Tom with the weather. Hey, Bill, you were right. Turning on the vermin every single night. Add a punchline so they maybe listen. Open conversation is severely missing. Yes, Bill, it's still true. Disassociation, no one's got a clue. What you're reading for, do you think you're clever? Life is just a ride, now here's Tom with the weather. Hey, Dave, let a man speak. His message was important, just intensely bleak. Rational thinking is a skill worth sharing. Asking questions isn't being daring. Hey, Bill, we miss you. Smoking up a teacup where the storm will brew. What you're fighting for, why the soul endeavor. Life is but a dream, now here's Tom with the weather.
Hey honey, did you see the news?
That's one of my favourite songs on the record, man.
I think it's one of my favourites too. It's definitely reliant on if you know Bill Hicks, I think.
I agree in that if you know Bill Hicks and like Bill Hicks, you'll appreciate it more. I still think as a piece of music, it's one of the tightest.
Yeah. And it is 100% a Bill Hicks song. So if you've heard it and you've never heard of Bill Hicks, then
check out
and
Bill
you enjoyed
Hicks.
That song because it's got some funny lines in there.
It features lots of his jokes.
All of those lines were taken from him. Yeah, I didn't come up with all those clever jokes. It was Bill Hicks. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, man. Bill, ledge.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, yeah, well, there, sweet. So that's that was his Tom and the Weather. You've heard when that was written at some point.
Yeah. It's one of the last ones written, and we haven't recorded the vocal for it at this point in the month yet.
Oh,
where we are. Let's see what happens next, shall we?
Please.
Coming up, day 19.
It's not the train driver anymore.
Dun, dun, dun. Day 19. Oh no, it's Jethro. I see. Oh, day 19. Wow, thanks guys. You got me in to do the intro bit. That's very kind of you.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Hi,
Yep, I've got to get it right. Otherwise you'll fire me again. Thursday, 19th of May, 2022.
Thanks, Jeffro.
Yeah.
19. Go.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Recording the next set of vocals.
Oh, we kind of spoiled that,
We
really.
did in the last one.
Sorry.
Yeah. We got the main vocals done for Isle of Avalon, Close to the Public, Remission, Bards for Hire, and Here's Tom with the Weather. We only have 2 songs left to do main vocals.
I was going to say
for
that's
now.
not all of them.
Yeah, so the only ones left now are Patient Mystery, which Nick is going to lead, and Quilt, which is another Joe Villagine-infused piece of awesomeness that we need to tighten up the music on before we record the vocals. Not a problem though. We have a full day to work on things on Saturday.
Right, it's a busy week.
Yeah.
With 2 evenings of recording vocals,
Yeah.
and then we've done a day Saturday as well.
And it says, and a lot of progress was made today. It was really fun to record these vocals, which I've been singing on the beach to myself for a while now. And they're all quite wordy pieces, which allows me to flex my singing muscles and produce tip-top vocal melodies. That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, nice. It's alright.
Some of them, yeah.
Some of it is alright.
And it's funny, there's a picture in here that's of us where we're sat right now, and I've got sunglasses on, just quick show Nick. Not good for radio. But there's a caption underneath it says, recording the vocals and trying to look cool.
Yeah, well,
Totally failing.
ironically, in the photo, you're failing in both because you're not recording vocals in the
And I'm
photo.
not looking cool.
And you look like a loser.
Double.
I look cool in the background, so it's cool.
You do kind of look like you're looking up going, what are you doing?
Do I?
Yeah.
That's often the case.
So yeah, that was
right.
loads of
So-
vocals done then.
Nice. So this was clearly the stage we were at, and we were on target for where we
Yeah.
wanted to be, right? So we were very much by the middle of the month.
Well, that's it. So we were saying there by Saturday, so by the 21st, we want to have all of the vocals recorded, so that you're then for that last
10 days to
Yeah.
finish it. Which is kind of where we were, right? Like week record, a week write, week record,
Yeah.
or a couple of weeks record really, and then week mix. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, day 20, Friday the 20th of May, 2022.
A lot of 20s.
There's loads of them. This is the Big 20 day. Did a bunch of work on the artwork today. I had already narrowed down the photo I wanted to use for the cover and one for the back cover. Should we win and get it CD pressed? I mean, we didn't win and get it CD pressed, but we still got back cover.
We still could get it CD pressed. The
Yeah,
back
we could
cover's awesome as well. That little archway from the tour. Yeah, it's great.
So I played around with some different fonts for a while, ending up sending Nick an example. He liked it, but he didn't like the colours. So I went back to the drawing board and fiddled about a bit.
Yeah.
Found out today that we can kind of release a single from this record at the beginning of June. So I've been pondering which song we should put forward for initial release.
Oh, beginning of June?
Yeah, so this was
So
in
that would
that
have been
sense
if
of
you-
like what we... I'm guessing at that point we were like, oh, can't we submit something to the singles playlist? I guess it wasn't made that clear.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember.
No, me neither.
Although, like...
The way it says
Look.
there, found out today we can kind of release a single. So I think this is where I was talking backwards and forwards to Mike, and he was saying, everyone's gonna submit a song to the playlist for the public to vote on. And so for us, it was like, okay, so what song we pick could be something we put out as a single because it's going out there as that sense. Because we love releasing singles with videos.
We'll discuss that, I assume, because I assume the diary will say what we've done and stuff.
We shall consult the diary.
We shall find out. We're full of spoilers, so we're like, oh, we speak about this. Oh yeah, don't worry, we'll talk about that later. We're good at that.
Where was I?
Filling a gap.
Wondering what song we should do. So the songs aren't mixed yet, so it's too early to tell. But my early thoughts push towards Catch a Clue, Isle of Avalon, Money Please, or Here's Tom with the Weather. I can think of pros and cons for each of them, so some debate will be had, probably tomorrow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's interesting, isn't it? Because you and I would have already had conversations at that point about singles.
Yeah. And
we all thought quite differently about it.
Well, completely. And so, again, spoiler alert, the song it ends up being is Isle of Avalon, so it's one of the four that was mentioned there. And Catch a Clue and Money Please were the other two singles that we put out. Really.
We debated for a while, didn't we? We'll come to that. We'll come to it. Look, forget you just said that. You'll hear it later.
Yeah. Get that Men in Black device that call back to last episode where we mentioned that. Get that out.
Did we mention that?
We did.
Hey, look at us.
Did you ever listen to our podcast?
Try not to.
Don't want to waste your time.
Yeah. I mean, I listen to it when I've got to mix it. I mix it all, so like, yeah. I mean, I download it. Does that help?
Yeah, good. So we get the download score.
Yeah, man, got to get them downloads up. If you're listening, please download it.
Yeah,
that'd be great. And subscribe to us and stuff. That helps us.
And the comment helps as well. Comments are like kisses from butterflies. Butterfly kisses.
Yeah,
they're not really.
Yeah, and also the record is out. You can buy the record on Bandcamp.
And you can listen to it on Spotify.
And listen to it on all the jazz places.
Well, it's not listed as a jazz album.
No, but if you're in a jazz place, you can listen to it.
In a jazz club and you say, hey, Jive Cats, could you put on that new album by Cosmic Bass?
They might go,
go, what? Who are you idiot? Get out of here.
You're playing some live jazz. Okay.
Yeah, you live jazz cats. Yeah. Can you play me Remission? It's the opening track to 2 a.m. It's Mission Time by Cosmic Bass. Do you know how it goes? No.
No, but it's jazz, so just make it up. It's great.
They'll be like, yeah, we know it goes.
Of course.
Remission. Position.
Yeah, it's good. All that jazz.
Anyway.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, where were we?
Day 21, Saturday, the 21st of May, 2022. Big day today. All-day musical session. While sitting on the beach greeting the day, the sun decided to do an epic mega halo. A good sign indeed. There's another photo of it. So if you go along and read the blog, anyway, peanuts. We started early, setting up the acoustic guitar and synth to record Quilt.
So we spoiled this earlier, but...
So we did a couple of passes on it. First to flesh out the chords and correct the bass. Second to add harmonics and strings.
So the reason being for this, wasn't it, is we recorded it, but the back half of the song didn't really do anything, certainly on the bass part, which is what I recorded. So we got rid of the original bass.
Yeah.
Re-recorded a bass. You done more synth work on top of the synth that was already there. That stayed, I think. And then
It was the last song that
built-
needed some sort of musical.
Yeah. We just had to re-record our parts, or add a couple of parts really, and I had to re-record my part because you had written the vocal and obviously once we had re-recorded what we needed to do, it sounded great.
Yeah, and I'd had to kind of write it to what the original version was as well.
Of course,
so
you had to picture where the song was
mind
going,
working out where it was going to be.
Yeah,
that
cool.
was fun.
Yeah.
So that was the musical portion of the day done. Then it was on to singing. Yeah, firstly I laid the main vocal for Quill.
Ooh.
Since we had it open anyway. Then we peppered in a few backing vocals over the chorus line.
Hello.
And done. Next muffin.
Did you record the backing vocals or did I?
I can't remember. Maybe both of us. It doesn't say. I mean, it says.
I think it was you.
Oh yeah, I wonder if that one might have been.
Yeah, I think it was you.
Me. Because I'm amazing.
Oh me.
Anyway, then Nick recorded the main vocal for Patient Mystery.
Yeah.
You've been practicing on that.
That's me. Yeah. So I actually, you'd sent before I went on the stag do, you gave me you recorded a demo version of it for me, didn't you?
Yeah.
So I spent my time practicing it. Yeah.
So then, yeah,
it was easy.
I did the backing vocals on the choruses. Sounded lovely indeed. Next muffin.
Done.
Another mention of muffin. Nice.
We love muffins.
Oh, we do love muffins. So, all the main vocals are done for all 12 songs. At this point, the song A Step Too Far is being placed on the back burner while we finish up the album.
So we had written that.
Yeah.
We'd already written that and practiced it.
And then
didn't bother recording it.
We shelved it. We'll get round to it first thing in June. But at this point, it does feel like a comedy song about two geezers chatting nonsense in a bar isn't quite in keeping with our Glastonbury tour Isle of Avalon old worldly feel.
That's the reason it didn't make the record, really.
It will get done though when we get some time back from this side quest. We still haven't got round to it, but that's alright.
No, we'll get back to it at some point.
Yeah. The rest of the day was spent going through the album song by song and adding, or in some cases not, backing vocals. We did them in chunks, taking 2 or 3 on at a time until we had done them all. It's possible we will record or re-record some minor bits of it, but all in all, we're done with recording for the album.
So all the backing vocals got recorded that day?
Yeah, that was the day that we then basically, the last day of vocal recording. I don't think we did come back and do any more either.
No, we didn't, yeah.
So all that's left to be done is the mixing and the mastering, picking singles, sorting out videos, preparing our acceptance speech, and working on which hand to slap Mike 5 with when we get the award.
To slap him with?
That's what I put.
You're like, oh, thanks for the award, Mike. Slap him.
Give him a slap.
I assume it means high five, which hand you're going to high five with, but the way you've worded that is you're just going to slap Mike 5 in the face. Is that because he's called Mike 5, so he doesn't deserve a high five? He deserves a slap in the face.
5.
Well,
sorry, Mike. Mike.
It's not a high five. You go up. That's a universal thing, right?
Hand to slap. Yeah, you
go up to anyone. You go high five. They know what to do. But with Mike 5, you have to slap him in the face.
You have to go up and go, Mike 5, slap. Because he is Mike 5.
He is Mike.
So he is the hand.
You're giving.
The whole of him is a hand. He's
exactly.
a giant hand. He's a giant hand up for some people in the music industry. Good work being a big hand, Mike. Mike 5.
Slap him.
Don't give a high five. Give him Mike 5.
Yeah, cool. Anyway,
now the ball is mainly in Nick's court. I will go see him Tuesday. So this was Saturday. And we can work on any kinks. Not the kinks. That's what it says in the diary.
We could work on the kinks.
But I expect it will be heads down, headphones on, mixing and tweaking till the month ends. I put a little bit of a picture of you with your headphones on.
Thanks.
And that brings us to the end of this part of the
diary.
Cool. Should we have another song?
Here's a song?
Yeah.
Okay.
This song's called Hurricane K.
Storms brewing, warning signs are there. Best prepared. New ways of overthinking till hurricane came and blew my thought train away. Old praise forever sing. everything's never always the same. Should never have looked away. Missed the unfolding day. What if the question's the answer? Are we just a natural disaster? Barely an idea is formed. Outcries of hatred and scorn. New day for overthinking. Till hurricane came and blew my thought train off the tracks and far away. Oh, crime to say, but hurricane came and blew my thought train off the tracks and far away. Wind has changed again. Never always slightly the same. Plans made get lost in the fray. Intrepidly we all take the blame. Part of the game. Shots without aim. Willing and tame. Never always the same. Ways of proper thinking. Till hurricane came and blew my thought train off the tracks and far away. Numb to merely peeking. The hurricane and blew my thought train off the tracks and far away.
Beautiful.
Hurricane came.
Hurricane came.
First song written.
Yep.
We wrote that. We didn't. Oh, we came up with the idea driving,
Yep.
which you would have heard in episode
Yeah.
part 1 of this episode. So if you
When we were going to our one and only interview from the year. I mean,
driving
with
to our interview,
Premium Blend Radio, which was awesome.
Yeah,
It
it's
was great
great.
fun.
Played a few live tracks.
And
Good fun.
if you're listening, Stuart, you can always give us a message and we'll more than happily drive down and write a few more songs on the way.
yeah, thanks. But yeah,
Yeah.
cool. That's one of my favourites.
Uh-huh.
Last two, in fact, are two of my favourites.
In fact, I was chatting to Dana recently, and that is currently her favourite. too,
Cool.
which is
Respect, Dana.
Very nice. Yes, big
Dana's
love,
got
Dana.
good taste.
She does. That's true. Should we go back to the diary?
Let's go back to the diary.
What's day 22? Doo-doo-doo. Day 22, Sunday, 22nd of May, 2022. That's all the twos. 222222.
A lot of twos. Too many twos.
22222222. Anyway, big day for the number 22. That's what I wrote in the thing. Opening and closing the day. Published a little blog about what we're doing today. Nice, I did actually get around to publishing
You
a blog.
done one
about
finally.
it.
Toilet blog.
Yeah, that was the toilet blog.
Was it?
Yeah, the toilet, the bog. The bog blog.
Bog blog.
Yeah,
We
bog
came
blog.
up with the name of it. There you
Yeah.
go.
Didn't give much away, but did mention the existence of this very diary. So I
Oh.
told people about this.
Who'd you tell?
Anyone reading the blog,
Yeah.
the bog blog. So anyway, otherwise, beautiful day in the sun on the beach, turning my legs red and drinking ample tea and water.
Nice.
Did some tweaking to the cover, got the font looking nice, and actually in the thing I can see I've got the cover is sitting in, so that's obviously the day I finished that.
Is that the final
So
cover?
the final.
So that
final
was done.
font.
Final cover was done on the 22nd.
I got the final font down. Diddly-oo-new. Yeah, the font was down.
Well
So
done.
yeah, she's been on that.
I imagine you messaged me several copies of it,
Yeah.
being like, "What do you think? What do you think about this?" Because really, you know, I get final
Yeah, yeah.
decision.
Well, it's a joint thing, you know.
I'm only joking. Yeah. Don't make me feel bad for joking.
Mate, you know, hurt
Sorry,
my
man,
feels.
sorry,
Got me
man.
right in the feels there.
Yeah.
Right in my dangling feels. Anyway. Doo-doo-doo. Day 23, Monday, 23rd of May, 2022. I don't know where that's going.
I like
It's
it.
lost all
I like it.
consistency.
I prefer it to the diary guy
You
from
do?
Big Brother. Yeah.
That was stupid.
Yeah.
Back to work today. I'm sure Nick has been doing some mixing as and when he can, yesterday and today. So we had a little bit of thing and you were like, oh, I've been doing some mixing.
Yeah, definitely.
Not much else to report, except that I've been listening to Quilt a lot. It's the only song in the set that needed more music added to it, so I had written the lyric to the idea of what it was. I got Nick to bounce me a version when we finished on Saturday, and it is so lovely. I've been listening to all the instrumentals all month long. I've skipped out on hearing new albums by artists I love. And then in brackets, although I have listened to Florence and her Fever Dance Machine a couple of times.
Nice.
But come on, it's Florence.
Do you reckon she's popular in Florence?
Well, I hope so.
Has she ever played in Florence?
Florence playing in Florence, yeah. Florence
Using
in Florence.
amps and sound stuff, which is technically machines.
Yeah.
Here's Florence and a machine
Yeah.
in Florence using machines.
Yeah. Anyway, so as to fully immerse myself in our album, that's what I'm referring to, only listening to our instrumentals. And I've sat and sung along to all of our new songs lots and lots of times, except for Quilt. So for the past 24 hours, I've been rectifying this situation and listening to it lots.
Nice.
Joe's 12-string Ngoni is simply magical, and both Quilt and whatever you say it is, it isn't, have a transcendent feel because of the wonder that is Mr. Philogene.
Shout out Joe Philogene.
Always mega shout outs to Joe. So yeah, that was day 23.
23. Okay, so it's interesting, isn't it? Because a lot of the ball's in my court now.
So that's it, because
And I
I'm writing
spent-
the diary, so
Yeah,
I don't really have much to say about it. And
it really, all I remember is it was just sit down and start going through the songs, and almost any spare minute that I had was spent doing so,
Yeah.
especially on a Sunday. I imagine I'd done quite a bit on that Sunday.
well, and also then you would gravitate to whichever songs were feeling right
Yeah,
for you to
yeah.
work on at that time. You didn't
Well,
have to.
as well as really a lot, well, not a lot, but certainly 50% of the music had already been worked on.
Yeah.
Like started mixing music before a vocal was even laid. So
So this was all more about embedding the vocals, and
Mhm.
that was what you were squirreling away
Yeah.
on.
well, and then obviously mixing
Yeah.
the rest of it.
So you are mentioned, I can see.
Oh, okay. Do I come up? Good.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure there's a bit more about
There's
me.
a bit more about you in it, don't worry.
Thanks.
Day 24, Tuesday, 24th of May, 2022.
It's great that
gonna
we
make
can-
it different every time.
Yeah, okay.
Well, go on. What
I was going to say, it's great that we can get somebody. We should have got 31 people in to do a
To come
different
and do a
intro.
different That'd be a waste of our time and energy, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Been a busy day. Work in the day. Assisting Nick with some mixing in the evening. Oh, so
Ooh.
that was boss night, wasn't
What
it?
day is it? Tuesday, boss night.
Yeah. Nick has been working hard since Saturday and had 5 songs first mixed. Together we mixed 2 more, and Nick did a further one after I left. So steaming ahead. So this is it. We're right in the point where you are.
So
spending
yeah,
every
you're
time, every
talking
moment you
8 or
can.
9 tracks first mixed in
Yeah.
4 or 5 days.
And then on day 25, Wednesday 25th of May 2022. Nick did lots of work today, continuing the mixing process. He did Bards for Hire, Hurricane Came and Quilt, only close to the public to go. And then they're all first mixed and ready for final mix.
Ooh.
I didn't do much towards the record today, except listen to the ones Nick gave me and listen out for mistakes and things I think might need changing. Oh, but I don't elaborate any further.
It's because
on-
nothing needed changing.
Well, I
It
don't
was
know, there might be in the
perfection.
next day, but
Yeah, but not that day. That day was
Right.
perfection.
That
25th or the 4th, whatever day it was a perfect day.
Yeah, I mean, again, by that point, the 25th day, we were one song away from having a first mix of the entire thing.
So our aim really was to try and get it ready to master by the end of the month,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Because the competition came with mastering.
Yeah, so we weren't worried about it being the final product at the
Yeah.
end of the month. We just needed it at a stage where it was submittable.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, but that's how well we were doing.
So So what day are we on?
Well, that's taken us to day 25.
25.
So
Wow.
I think we should probably have a song.
We've got 6 days left to. It's almost like, will they do it? Won't they do it? Let's build some suspense. Ooh, 25.
Is this where we need the Big Brother guy back?
No.
Will Cosmic Boss make their deadline? We don't know. Let's find out after this song. Money, please. Money, please.
Instructions in Chinese. Feel the squeeze, it's money, please. We're all just marks left in the dark. Secrets to regain that spark. Easy hustle, easy prey. Every weasel gets its day. Artists of the slightest hand, forced to come to feed the band. Answers in the tea leaves will cure all your disease. Medieval striptease, money please. Snake oil, chemistry, realigning your chi. Subscription fees, money please. True spirituality is hard to see. The smokescreen deception, place for our protection, makes us all face the wrong direction. Early inception, no bone of contention. Sacred sites on lock and key, all forbidden entry. The falcon is Maltese, money please. Breakdown of community, distance and apathy. Sell the sleaze, money please, money please. Money please. Shame to halt or change. Free yourself of all desire, being now while reaching higher. True connectivity won't have a hidden fee. It's living free of money please, money please. Hats off on bended knee. My final plea is give me some money please, money please, money please.
Money please. Money please. Money please.
Money please.
Money please.
Money please.
Money please.
Shout out, Mona Lisa.
Yeah, Jenny Slate. Awesome.
Hero.
Love Jenny Slate.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Side fact, she was in the film that I was telling you about the other day.
Oh,
the
cool.
one that these podcaster people will have no idea about.
Okay.
But as a complete sidebar, I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once, which popped up on Amazon. Amazon keeps trying to make me watch Rings of Power. I'm not interested in that, but I was interested in the picture of the Chinese woman with the googly eye on the middle of her forehead, called Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Cool.
I recommend that. Why was I mentioning this?
We were mentioning Jenny Slate.
Jenny Slate's in it. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
That's why I was mentioning
Yeah,
it.
of course she is. She's a ledge.
Yeah, she's
Absolute
awesome.
ledge.
She plays the woman with the big nose. That's what they call her.
Yes, accurate.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, man. Wicked. Yeah, that was also a song. If you listen to part one, we kind of started coming up with the concept on the way to that radio show.
Yeah, so Money Please was at least initially based on John Ralphio and Mona Lisa from Parks and Recreation. If you haven't seen Parks and Recreation, I highly recommend you go and watch that. It's a great show.
Yeah.
And we like the catchphrase, Money Please! Money Please! Money Please! And so, yeah, and then the song's not about that, it's more about scammers and scam artists, but we like the line, Money Please. So that's it.
Yeah. There you go, mate.
Yeah,
When
sweet.
we've already heard when that song was done.
Yeah.
It was written earlier in the month.
It was ages ago. In fact, it gets mentioned in the next diary entry.
Oh, I'm
shall we?
excited. I'm excited.
Okay, let's see what kind of intro we're going to get this time. Maybe it'll be Jethro. Maybe Jethro will come back.
No, that's not Jethro. It's silly.
Oh,
No, we
damn.
don't.
Yeah,
go.
that's right. Day 26. Thursday, 26th of May, 2022.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thanks,
Scylla.
Scylla.
Thank you.
That's a big throwback for anyone who's a long-time podcast listener. You'll know who Scylla. Well, if she's a
you
real
don't-
person.
You
as well.
don't need to listen to our podcast to know who Scylla Black is, but she used to.
We made her famous, man. Nobody knew who Scylla Black was
really,
before
really.
our podcast.
I don't think that's true.
At least the ghost version of her, which is the version we.
Yeah. Yeah,
We'll-
she's into Ouija boards. and
Yeah,
stuff
we
now.
perform seances every now and then, and because
With
we've only got really
Beyonce.
cheap Ouija boards, because they're Ouija boards,
Yeah.
because we bought them off of some Mario enthusiast.
Yeah, go and listen to the
Yeah,
old
you'll
podcast
hear all
episodes.
that.
It'll make sense.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Idiots. Anyway.
Idiots, yeah.
Well, oh yeah. So thanks, Scylla. Day 26. Got another big chunk of the tweaking done today. Nick finished up work early, so we got down to vocal tuning. So I must have come up to see you, I guess.
What day is this?
Thursday.
Oh, interesting.
And we worked on Remission, Catch a Clue, Money Please, Isle of Avalon, and we're now into the final stretch of this, which is good, as there aren't that many days left. Nick did the first mix of Close to the Public too, so the whole album exists in one state of mix or other. We've been considering an order change as the songs are taking shape. Money Please feels like it's more of a near the end song, and Bards for Hire is more of a early in the record song. So those two kind of switched with each other.
So we actually had an order.
We had the order quite early.
Yeah, it worked because the songs existed, so we could start messing about with it. And you were listening to them in certain orders and things, right?
Yeah,
So,
trying to work out what was making
yeah, and
a
that's
good
the
order.
only change that we made.
Yeah. So then it says, pretty pleased with the way it flows. Currently, Isle of Avalon is my favourite song on it, but they're all strong and have something to offer. There are none I would want to remove from this list. It could still shift around a bit before the end, but for now this is the proposed final order. So the final order as listed here is the one it ended up as.
Yeah.
Only one more full day to work on this Saturday. Nick will do some tweaking tomorrow, but we have some unveiling plans for Saturday. Oh yeah, I remember now.
Unveiling plans?
Yeah, that's what we did, wasn't it?
I don't know. Did we?
Yeah, so on Saturday, so spoiler alert.
Oh, mate.
Or should I not? I shouldn't spoil
No,
it.
don't spoil it.
Well, we're going to hear it in this bit, so I'll just carry on.
Oh, spoiler alert for the next
Spoiler
bit I'm
alert
about
for
to tell
a few
you.
minutes from now.
Spoiler alert, I'm about to tell you the thing that I'm about to spoil.
Okay. Doot, doot, doot. Day 27, Friday 27th May 2022. Nick sent me... tried to do that in time with the music and then made myself laugh and ruined it. Idiot. Anyway, Nick sent me the first mix of Close to the Public so I could finally listen to the album in full. Finally. And I must say, it is all coming together rather nicely. There are no dud tunes. Some are stronger than others, but of course they are. That's how music works.
That's how albums work.
Yeah. Even on a best of album, there are best ofs, the best ofs. So yeah. So today,
Is that true?
Well, yeah, if you've got best of album of a band, you still have your best of.
Yeah, but no band has released the best of and then gone, actually, let's release the best of and scrap them 3 tunes.
Well, what they should do is a band like Queen must have done that. Surely they've got like 3 best ofs, and then they should release the best of the best ofs.
They should have. If they haven't, there's a market there for them.
Okay.
I mean, I think they're probably doing all right financially, that they're not worried about printing their records again. But,
well, but you know, if you want, we'll give you that idea. You can have the best of the best ofs. I've got to find my place again now.
And you're saying individually everybody has their own best ofs.
Yeah.
So you're saying Queen released the best of the best ofs, and then you create your own best of from that album.
Inception of best ofs.
Okay.
Best of now sounds like a character or a person.
Best of.
Hey, call up best of. Hey, best of.
Yeah.
Where'd you put the pesto? I don't know why he's a pesto salesman. Best of the pesto.
So why are people asking him where he put the pesto if he's a pesto salesman?
Well, because they bought it from him and he said, I put the pesto down by your chesto. And they're like, well, I've got my chesto and there's no pesto. And he's like, pesto.
So it's a scam, but he was getting money, please, for his pesto scam. Besto, what's his name? Best of. Anyway.
And we've uncovered the scam, which is what the whole album was about. Finally, we've worked out, we've solved it.
You learned it.
The patient mystery was it's actually best of the cheeky pesto salesman in disguise. He's been scamming old ladies.
Isn't selling why old ladies? He's not selling pesto. He's just pretending to sell pesto.
Old Italian money. Ladies.
Essentially, he's not a good person. Best of.
What are you doing, mate? Coming over here, ruining our podcast.
Oh, anyway.
Where were we? Oh, yeah, here we were, where it says best of. So, today has had some more tweaking by Nick. Makes sense, is where we are. Tinkering on the finer details. With 12 songs to work on, there isn't much time to deep dive into the songs, which is where our improv square technique becomes invaluable, as a lot of the swells and dynamics tend to come out in our synth and bass parts, saving us time in structuring. See, that's clever. It saves us a lot of time, doesn't it? I wasn't much help today. I instead spent the day on the beach with the legend Joe Philogene playing kalimba.
For you.
Yeah,
so you were down the beach having a good time with Joe while I'm here,
you
working
away.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose I went on a stag do.
Yeah, exactly. And I was playing kalimba on the beach and putting the world to rights with Joe.
Nice.
Followed by a trip to Brighton to see Bill Bailey at the Brighton Centre in the evening with my dad.
I remember Dad being like, "All right, mate, do you want to come and see Bill Bailey?" In fact, you were here.
In fact, I'm about to tell the story as part of the thing.
Go.
My dad rang me up last night while I was up Nick's working on things to see if I wanted to go see Bill Bailey at the Brighton Centre, because he was offered 2 tickets by a friend and my mum had other prior commitments. And what kind of idiot would turn that down? So I informed my father that this has been a wonderful phone call and he's welcome to call me in such capacities as often as he pleases.
Yeah.
It does seem a little bit spooky that I get to go see a legendary comedian named Bill after just writing a song about a deceased legendary comedian called Bill. On top of that, Mr. Bailey is one of the finest musical comedians alive today and a true inspiration to what Cosmic Boss are trying to achieve.
Shout out Bill Bailey.
Absolutely. On top of that, he did a whole load of musical jokes about medieval music and ragtime 1920s, with medieval fitting our current topic and 1920s fitting one of our other running themes of 100-year-old music.
Amazing.
It's just wonderful.
Amazing. Was he good?
We've
had this conversation.
We have had this conversation.
It was phenomenal.
But it was so spooky to suddenly, like, at the end of, like, I was basically being rewarded after I'd finished doing all the lyrics and then recording.
Yeah.
It was then down to Nick to do all of the mixing. And I just started getting rewards like, hey, you want to come see Bill Bailey? Yeah, cool. Do you want to sit on the beach and play with Joe for the day? Yeah, I do.
I remember being like, why didn't I get offered? Dad? I think I was doing something anyway, but like...
I think you were too. You were.
I remember thinking, Dad, come on, mate.
You got mugged off. Should we carry on?
Please.
Day 28, Saturday 28th of May 2022. Today was our last full day. This is what we've done. We planned something special.
Oh.
Today was our last full day dedicated to work on the album, and we didn't really have much to do. Nick had second, and in brackets, and in some cases third, mixed all of the songs. So we took the opportunity to play the whole album to our wives and Theo. Nick and my mum and dad were present for the first. Only my mum and dad, not your mum and dad.
Yeah, I'm glad I was present.
You were present. Nick and my mum and dad were present for the first half of listening, and we had a surprise drop-in from our New Zealand cousin Colin and his son Fraser.
Yeah.
So we played
Fraser.
demo track. Fraser, sorry. It does say Fraser. I added an I. There's
were
no
just-
I in Fraser,
There isn't, no.
but there is in Fraser.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. Terrible.
Apologies, phrase, mate.
Yeah, sorry, phrase.
But we don't see them very often.
just
They
a
live in New
phrase, though.
Zealand.
So we played demo track, the one our mum deemed the best of the 6 she heard. So we played them Catch a Clue. Basically, we played that, and mum was like, "Yo, we all love that song."
Why is Mum Jethro?
Mum's Jethro. Well, I guess that's how I do a lady's
Any
voice, isn't
woman's
it? Any
voice,
woman's
yeah.
voice sounds like Jethro.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, so like, Mum gets like that, doesn't she? She gets a bit excited about something and will tell everybody about it. So she that was
loves
the song
Catch
she
a
suddenly
Clue.
jumped at.
So we played that. It was really exciting listening through with an audience. Nick and I have been deeply immersed in this album all month, so to get some fresh ears on it,
Well,
and hear them tell us how brilliant it is and how clever we are, gave us a further appreciation for the process we were reaching the end of.
It's funny, I remember that day thinking, oh man, it's the last day we've got time. Like, let's say the last full day, like we're like, right, we've got to tweak anything, just sort of like make some decisions.
So it was almost like emergency. If anybody had kind of said to us, oh, that one's, if there's a glaring problem arise, we still had a little bit
We had a
of
couple of
time.
days to do anything. But yeah, and I remember that day actually ended up being quite relaxed.
Yeah, it was
and
really
say
nice.
we had guests and people came and sat and listened, and we actually didn't spend loads of time. We only listened to it once.
Yeah.
Because the second half's me, you and Abby, isn't it?
Yeah, it was just us three. Anyway, 12 tracks in a month is impressive, but the challenge is what made it come out so well, I think. Oh, I can't read anymore.
Yeah.
The sun was shining all day, the ice creams were on offer, and so were the donuts, so a sugary feast was had. Remember, we had loads of ice cream and donuts.
I don't remember that, no.
Oh, they were lovely. All we have left to do now is pick the single track for the popularity playlist. This is tough, and we will discuss it tomorrow evening. So they're all...
Oh, is that the unveiling? Is that the thing you're unveiling?
No, the unveiling was playing the album to our wives, and then Mum and Dad nipped in for a bit.
We hyped that up way too
maybe.
much. It wasn't that exciting.
But it was us sharing it, because we'd been screwing away on it ourselves.
Yeah, I meant for a listener. It's not that exciting.
So,
for a listener.
I'm really sorry, listeners. I'm sorry if we built that up to be something really, really exciting and it is really disappointing. Please, if you do want to complain about it, please email cosmicboss@gmail.com, but tag it complaints to Nick, all right? All complaints to Nick. Nick's the complaints guy now,
I'm the
yeah.
complaints department. That's fine. It's a quiet job, so it's easy.
So, should we spin on?
Mate,
That's it.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
What's next?
Do do do. Day 29, Sunday 29th of May 2022. Today, in our respective couples, we discussed the single choice, narrowing down to about 8 to start with. It did take us a blooming ages, this.
Is this the day that we met up?
No, I think we did it over FaceTime, because we were sitting in the park,
Yeah.
weren't we?
Yeah, we were all down the park. We were walking around Brooklands at some point.
That wasn't
Chatting
that.
about it. Was that the day before?
Yeah, I think we'd had a walk and discussion, but then we were actually, I remember us sitting on the bench and we were FaceTiming you.
I remember we FaceTimed you. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, we started off with a choice down to 8. And then...
So, hang on, let's explain that though. Like, not each of us picked 8. I think we all picked 3 or 4.
I think we decided on
your 3 or 4 favourites,
yeah.
and across that, or 3, and across that we had 8 different songs.
Yeah, and so then we managed, it says, then we got it down to the final 2, which were Bards for Hire and Isle of Avalon, with Isle of Avalon winning out in the end. This was a hard decision. Many of the songs are good enough to be singles, with Catch a Clue, Whatever You Say It Is, It Isn't, Hurricane Came, Money Please, His Tone with the Weather, and Quilt all getting nods, and even Remission too. So narrowing it down took some reasoned discussion. Abby and I were in the park when we FaceTimed with Dre and Nick to make the final choice.
Yeah.
I also made the back cover for the album too, which which is sitting in front of me. Only 2 days till the end now, and not much, if anything, really left to do. We will do a master of Isle of Avalon for the Single Choice Award, and final bounces of our mixes on Tuesday. So tomorrow we'll be back to work. Hooray. Well, it's been a magical weekend indeed. And there we go.
So that's it. So decisions were made. So we decided on Isle of Avalon being the song to put in the singles thing, based on it being one of the strongest songs, as well as it suiting the record quite nicely.
Yeah,
right.
I think it's certainly because it was kind of the initial starting concept was we want to write, the record's about Glastonbury and the surrounding area, and in particular Glastonbury tour, because that's where we were staying when we started writing.
Well, that's when you found out about the competition. Yeah.
And Bards for Hire is, in retrospect, Bards for Hire is catchier than Isle of Avalon. I think there are other songs that there are catchier songs than Isle of Avalon. Yeah, but it felt very like it's the most kind of mature song that shows what the record's doing.
Yeah,
and it's also one we didn't pepper with lots of jokes, which it's funny to look at it now because you can see how actually this record's got a lot of comedy and humour in it that I think initially didn't realise was there. It was just having the way we write and the way we work was in the process, and
it was all moving really fast.
Yeah,
and
we didn't have time to sit and reflect on it. We were just doing it.
It's difficult when you're in it. That's it. Yeah, and a month, so 12 tracks in a month is pretty impressive, I think.
Wow, yeah.
And surprise, as you say, the last couple of days were kind of left free, so we actually achieved it within a month.
Well, that's it. The end part of the diary, spoiler alert, but the last 2 days and then are not very long. There's not much left to read from the diary. So
that's exciting.
I feel like this is probably a good point to...
I hope the diary's cool, it's good to listen to, because it does say, doesn't it,
well, as we've gone through it's showing.
The beginning was full on, wasn't it? And then
and if you can, if you're a listener out there who is thinking about trying to make an album in a month, hopefully
just make a song, anything, anything.
Whatever you're trying to do, just having a goal and aiming at it is it's fine. However well you do whatever you set out to do,
exactly.
Anyway, we're starting to get into rounding up territory.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, should we play a song?
Yeah. Let's hear the other awesome song featuring Joe Philogene.
Joe Philogene, shout out.
Yeah.
This song is called Quilt.
Yeah. It is.
I was hoping you were going to say
it. You
were
asking me to say, weren't you?
Say it with me.
Together.
So,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay. That sounds.
So this song is Quilt.
Treading the eggshell, the field full of mine. Wishing right now I was bedding with you. Abandon has autonomy. Lunatic owners play the economy. Punishments don't equate to the crime. With nonsense tapestried into our infinity quilt. Wishing right now I was bedding with you.
Beautiful
Tune.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. I'm glad we reapproached our recording of that.
Yeah, it's one of the standout tracks.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm massively proud of the whole album, but some of them feel like they are advancements on ideas that we've been working on before. So anyone who's a long-term Boss listener will know that we did a lot of work with Joe last year.
Loads.
All the stuff we did with Joe, and on this record there's 2 songs that really massively feel like they are the advancement of the work we were doing with Joe.
Yeah.
And that song in particular is so big.
Yeah,
from,
man.
From such humble things.
It's beautiful. It is beautiful. That's the Ngoni. The Ngoni is a beautiful instrument.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Has its own sound.
Love it. Quilt.
Yeah.
It's like getting to bed at the end of the record, isn't it? It's pull the duvet up.
And coming up in the future, there's some exciting stuff regarding Quilt and another person from the album writing club.
Can we say about that?
Well, I've just done it a little bit there.
Yeah, you spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. We're about to tell you about something to do with Quilt.
But no, that's it. That's all I'm going to say.
That's all you're going to say? Okay, that's interesting. I mean, I know, so... But, keep your eyes closed. And your ears close to the ground. That's what I was... is that a saying? Keep your ears close to the ground?
Keep your ears to the grindstone and your nose to the smelly things. I don't know.
I feel like you're making stuff up, but I'm pretty sure it's keep your ears close to the ground. In which case,
keep your ears close to the ground. Yeah.
What does
so
that mean?
It's like
you can hear steps.
You can hear things. Yeah, like something coming over the mountain when she comes.
Coming over the mountain when she comes.
She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes.
Keep your ears close to the ground.
Then you will hear the sound of her coming round the mountain when she comes.
Is
That's the lost verse.
I never realised.
Yeah. Ask Best of. Hey, Best of, what do you reckon?
Best of's an idiot.
No,
he's trying to scam us out of Pesto.
Cheeky Pesto scammer.
Well, he's trying to scam us out of money.
Best of.
So,
anyway, should we...
what are the last 2 diary dates? Inputs? Updates?
Input updates. Let's find out, shall we? Day 30, Monday, 30th of May, 2022.
Is he on Laughing Gas?
He's on Laughing Gas. He's just been off having his teeth done.
No,
that's right. Anyway, penultimate day. Not doing much, really. I'm sure Nick is probably doing a few last-minute tweaks. But tomorrow is boss night and submission night too. So that's where all the fun's going to be. Today was a normal work day, but the evening was splendid. Abby and I walked around Brooklands Park a few times, taking in the sights of all the path-laying works that had taken place.
Look at us, man. We're local updaters as well.
Yeah,
like
if you want to know,
if you like Lancing, and there's a park called Brooklands Park that's currently been redone, and the park looks sick.
It looks awesome, yeah.
Then check it out.
Back in May, they were just finishing up some of those pathways. Now it's like
boom,
awesome. So yeah, that's it. Anyway, roll on final day.
All right,
that's what it says in the diary.
Okay,
so
let's hear the final day.
Ready for the final day?
Let's hear it.
Day 31, Tuesday, 31st of May, 2022.
What?
Andy and Nick are in the studio house. Isn't that?
Yeah, but I don't think we call it the studio house. We just
No.
call it the studio.
The
but also,
studio.
why did it get a train announcement and the Big Brother guy?
Because it's mixing up, all right, man. It's
Okay.
how it's going to end.
Oh, okay,
We're
cool.
bringing this to a close.
Okay, so
Really?
all of them.
Yeah, get all of them. And
Silla's back too, just to say thank you for listening. Now please subscribe.
Yeah, good. Thanks, Scylla. That's the first time I think you ever promoted us.
thanks, Sil.
Seal. Is that what her friends call her?
Seal.
Seal.
Lucille.
Loose Seal.
No, Lucille is
That's a
some
Arrested
different name,
Development joke, isn't it?
Amazing.
Um,
Arrested. Quick shout out to Arrested Development. just 'cause it's
we
amazing.
love that show. But you could call her Seal, who is another singer.
Yeah, let's not.
No. Okay.
Let's not.
Let's not do that. A waste of time. Okay, wrap this up. Come on, man.
Okay.
What's going on?
Last day. It contained a full work day,
Full Worldwide Day.
followed by the final evening of submission.
Submission.
I went up to Nick's and we gave the whole album one last listen through
One last listen through.
and bounce,
Bounce.
making just a minor tweak to 1984 on the synth track.
Synth track.
Nick had already done a quick master of Isle of Avalon,
Yeah.
so once we had the final mixes of all the other tunes bounced, we uploaded it all to SoundCloud and set it to private.
Private sound.
Private
parts. Private parts.
We tried to work out how to just make Isle of Avalon public
Oh,
for the singles playlist,
did we work it out?
but alas, we couldn't work it out.
We didn't know how.
So we just uploaded it separately as well.
Separately.
The moment I pressed submit on my email to the competition, the heavens opened and the skies literally fell.
Hurricane.
It was heavy indeed. It only lasted about 10 minutes before blue sky returned. It was well weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was crazy. It ended with a storm.
Yeah.
And we wrote a song about a storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're done. Album made in a month. Wow.
So made, submitted, single choice chosen.
Yep,
We were very sensible, weren't we? And we filmed the whole thing.
we were.
And filmed us making it,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Because, why not if you've got the cameras?
We've made
Just
videos
our
for them all. All 12 songs will have video.
Yep. Several are out there already.
Yeah.
The others will appear slowly over the next few months.
That's it,
and
yeah.
then eventually be in our documentary.
Documentary.
Yeah. So I've got a summing up paragraph.
Here we
Shall
go.
read that?
Let's sum it up.
We'll go. And we're done. Album made in a month. Wow. It was fun. And I'm really proud of the results. Given that Cosmic Boss usually work in the improv music realm, to take the time to construct an album properly while still using some of our improv skills in the music construction, we produced something really special and hopefully a good old listen. By writing all the lyrics on the beach at the optimal creative lyric writing time, I was able to explore some really exciting themes and match them to the music. I listened to the 22 instrumentals we had at every opportunity, immersing myself in their flavours, seeing what grabbed me, and by working this way, it helped the songs feel connected. They're being constructed at the same time. For example, I was listening to song 22 daily, knowing that it was likely to be the album opener, given the upbeat nature of the music, but it was the last one written. And as if the album needed its shape before the introduction could be placed, like a reverse science experiment. Well, that's enough of all that. Thanks for being here on this journey with Nick and I, Andy. We truly do hope you enjoy our album. It has been made with love and instruments. Peace and infinite love, Andy. That's it.
Nick.
That's the end of it.
And Nick. I'll just throw that in there.
Oh, and Nick, yeah.
Yeah, man. It was a hell of a roller coaster.
Completely.
That actually, I don't know, I guess kind of went a bit more swimmingly than I thought it might. I thought it would be, don't get me wrong, we spent, we put hours in and worked hard, but like it came together really nicely, and it wasn't too much like stress or, in fact it was super fun, the whole thing.
For me, we've been making music for a long, long time. So to have the opportunity to do something where actually we know that it's going to get listened to, this is the crazy thing, I think, as a musician. When you're entering a competition, because the judges have to. They have to listen to it.
Someone's got to, yeah.
And so knowing that you're actually going to have some people listening and judging it, I think really drove us. Because we've been making music and releasing it for a long, long time. And sometimes we get some really good interaction, sometimes we can put stuff out and nobody will really respond whatsoever.
Yeah.
And this was really the opportunity for us to get engaged with the community. So, like, you know, if there's any advice to come out for you, if you're listening to this because you wanted to, you know, find out the ins and outs of making an album, a big part of what makes it work is working with other people.
Mm-hmm.
I think we would not have been able to produce a record of this caliber if we were working solo. I on my own would not be able to make that record that quickly. I could probably make that record, but it would take me a lot longer.
Yeah. Well, we're a partnership, right?
Yeah. And then also the collaborations or the support network that came out of the competition itself, and having discussions and chatting to other people making an album in a month.
Yeah, doing it their way. And
it's in this day and age where music is, you know, everyone can make music. It's easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could be if you're listening to this and you're thinking about making an album, you can do it. You can do it tomorrow. It's not something outside of.
You got to go with it. You got to keep pushing as well, though. Like, keep trying new things, keep pushing, and finish. Like, try to finish something.
And that's it. Setting deadlines, and that's why a competition is a really good outline to do it. So
there's a goal.
I mean, we'll come back and do a conclusion to our making of an album podcast thing in a minute. We'll play the final song from the record for you. And kind of want to talk about that a little bit. So the final song on the record is Closed to the Public, and I think it's one of the best songs on the record. It's sort of sitting there right on the end, and in fact underneath this, the whole of our discussion has been the intro, which is one of the best intros of the record. And the way it especially builds up to this break, which we've been using, that bit there,
all the
break,
time,
like, has been guiding our conversation. And
we're almost in time.
Yeah, we're trying to make it in time so that it feels like it has a flow, and that's it. Music making is about that. So let's hear it. Let's hear Close to the Public.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to press play then.
You press play.
Sign says no entry, and it has for a century. It's reserved for the few, the elite that have plenty. Landlords bequeath generational greed, grinding the peasants to make the stones bleed. Sorry sir, this way is restricted, freedom so clearly being contradicted. The bell chimes, the old bloodlines, entry denied, just as predicted. Secrets to hide, knowledge constricted, hidden crimes on all timelines. Asylum in other countries, displacement's a statement. Human nature, please. Sorry dear, this way is restricted, action so clearly being contradicted. Power climbs from old bloodlines, entry denied, to be expected. Apply all you want, it will still get rejected. Choose to shine, an axe to grind. Forbidden things, we interpret our history to be Lord of the Rings, but Sauron won this time quite unexpected. All Middle-earth folk was clearly defective. Precious liars, avoid the fires. Mountains of doom, privilege protected. Mickey got the ring and now we're all infected. The deepest fakes, there is no cake to take. Private land, private function, public ban by the truncheon.
There it is.
That's the album.
The whole album.
Whole record.
Yep. We made it all in a month.
1 month.
Yep.
Yep. It's good. It's great
Yeah.
fun.
And we won a Judge's Choice Award.
We won the Judge's Choice Award.
And a massive shout out to everybody else that took part. And if you're listening to this and you've not heard anything from the Album Writing Club, we highly recommend you go and have a little bit of a sniff around. There's such interesting, diverse music going on there, and yeah, it's been an honour to be part of it.
Yeah, man, there was almost 30 or even 30 participants in it. There were 28 singles, but then they say there were a couple others.
Yeah, I think there's a few missing.
So 30 artists made an album or an EP in a month, and yeah, man, it brought a lot of people together. We've made some contacts and friends through it. Yeah, man, it was great.
Yeah, and then I guess the other element to conclude is our making of an album thing. So when we set out this year, we were going to make the Odor. We haven't made the Odor. We are still working on the Odor. That is what we've been doing in a much slower form in the background.
Yeah.
In fact, we were away in Wales.
We were on holiday, weren't we?
We were on holiday a couple of weeks ago, and we were writing more stuff for the Odor, and it's starting to take shape and have a sound. We will bring that to you next year. We're not going to continue to focus on the process of that in our podcast because I don't think it will be helpful. If you want to learn that stuff, you can find it out.
We don't need to
elsewhere.
Our podcast will be its own thing, and hopefully people come back and listen.
Yeah, and thank you very much for being on this journey with us as we've explored the process of making music, making an album in particular. And yeah,
go and buy it.
Yeah, go and buy it.
You can buy this record for us.
Just support independent music. Like, it takes a lot of energy and drive to make something and put it out for someone to listen to. And, you know, I guess we take it for granted a lot because we do it so often. But so many of the other people that were involved in the competition, it was a lot of them with that first solo release or something that is, they want to try something new and explore something else. And like, it's great having like the opportunities to do all the things you can do now with music. And so yeah, I don't know what I was saying in this.
It's just go and support it.
Yeah.
There's 30 artists there to support. We've done some work with some of them already.
Yeah.
And there's an EP of us being remixed out there.
Yeah, big shout out to the More Experiment for the remix EP. Bad Mushrooms was it called?
Maybe.
I think.
Something like that.
And that was for charity.
Yeah. So that's great. That's out there. You can buy that. The More Experiment being MAW, isn't it? Trench Gun done a cover of
whatever you say it isn't.
That one.
Yeah, that's there as well.
That's great. That's out there.
Somewhere.
Check that out. Check out all the other artists.
Yep.
Come back, listen.
Amazing.
Yeah. Well, cool. That's us making an album in a month. Mate.
Yeah, done.
Feel good about that?
I do. It's been a great year.
I reckon we should make a documentary about it.
I think you're right. I think we've already recorded a lot of stuff about it. Oh, sorry.
Spoiler alert.
Was that C?
Spoiler alert, mate.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Cool. Well, should we go?
Yeah, let's go. I want tea. Do you want tea?
Yeah. Cup of tea.
Yeah, cheers.
All right. Please like, share, subscribe, and we will speak to you soon.
Yeah, give us money, please.
Money,
Money, please. Money, please. Money, please.
money, please.
We're waiting for like an end part of the music.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You want to end it on that?
Okay,
so.
yeah, so let's just play it cool,
Money,
like, yeah.
please.
Money, please, money, please. Thanks a lot for listening. Please like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to give us your
Money, please.